What is going on, guys? I'm Consumer Tech Review, and today I'm doing a review of the fastest refresh rate monitor in the world, the Alienware 360hz 25-inch monitor. I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons, and then I'm gonna give you some of my own real-life experience. And I've been using this thing for a while now, so it is extensive for this review. Jumping right into the pros, that has to be 360hz on that screen. It is sweet. Now that 360 hertz is on a fast IPS 1080p panel. Now this is really exciting. So I never thought that the fastest refresh rate panel would be on an IPS screen, but it is. It's a new technology, fast IPS. So you're getting really good brightness, really good color accuracy, amazing viewing angles, and 360 hertz on an IPS panel. It's a lot, it's a big deal. So it's very bright at 400 nits, so you're pretty good with brightness there. And they actually do have an adaptive brightness. They have a sensor for the lightness and darkness of your room. I never turn that on because I hate that stuff, but it's there. You also get 99% sRGB color coverage, which is fantastic. Now, this is the crazy thing about this monitor. Not only is it a very dedicated esports monitor for 360 hertz, but you can also do things such as photo editing and video editing on this, which is awesome for me. So the overall reviewing experience for me has been amazing. You can legitimately go from highly competitive gaming straight to video editing on the exact same monitor. That hasn't really been true at any other time for monitors. And yes, there are some, yes, there have been fast IPS panels, but not like this. We're talking really competitive esports gamer grade monitor. This is probably the best monitor for esports right now, and it's in an IPS screen with 99% sRGB color coverage and 400 nits of brightness. It's never been done before. Now, 1080p at 24.5 inches is fine for gaming. It's perfect. And honestly, I'm not sure the technology is there to do 360 hertz at anything more than 1080p. And the other thing is, I'm not sure GPUs are there yet. So I've actually been using this monitor with an RTX 3080, and even at 1080p, it's been tough to push some games over the 360 hertz. So unless you have an RTX 3090 or something, futuristic, you can't really run 1440p at 360 hertz. So I am not knocking any points off it having 1080p. However, I will tell you, at 24.5 inches, 1080p will look perfectly fine in gaming, but some text will not be quite as sharp as 1440p, even at a bigger size screen. Now, this also has G-Sync, obviously, because it is an NVIDIA panel, and it also has the Reflex latency analyzer built into this thing, which is a huge leap. Never before really could you actually analyze the amount of time, the latency between a click and the actual pixels changing on the screen. And that's what this thing does essentially. It's very complicated on how it does it all, but it's built into all of these monitors, which is really awesome to have. But again, you can see this is for esports players, very competitive people that are very serious about gaming, that are already very good. Now, obviously, it's got a 1 millisecond true response time, G2G, gray to gray, and that's fantastic. Now, let's move on to the build quality of the monitor, the stand, everything about it, because this is a very premium monitor sitting at $900 for a 25-inch monitor. It's a lot of money, but you are getting the latest technology and some pretty awesome technology. The stand is incredibly well built. The whole monitor, it just looks gorgeous. It looks like a piece of art, and it is. The back of it has this awesome RGB ring around it that obviously all the RGB is absolutely perfect. It looks incredibly premium. All of the light is just perfectly done. And what I mean by that is there's no hotspots. The light is lit evenly along the ring. So you have 3 zones. First zone is on the back with that awesome ring. The second zone is the actual Alienware logo on the top right if you're looking at the back of it. And then the third one is the power button on the bottom. Now, these can all be customized to whatever color you want, different effects. Now, I will say it's awesome and it looks fantastic, but the actual usability of it is pretty much nothing. The only thing that you can ever see is the power button. Beyond that, the RGB that comes on the back of it doesn't put out enough light in the right areas to actually be seen behind the monitor. I wish that they would have made the RGB a little bit differently and just put it in a different place, like maybe even under the monitor so it glows down. I don't know. Obviously, it's not a big deal because most people playing it won't even care about that, but if you are somebody that looks at the back of your monitor because of your setup, it's going to be fantastic. If it's against the wall, you will never see the back of it. However, you're paying $900 for a monitor. You want it to have pretty much everything, so we're not knocking points off for that. As well as that, the cable management that's built into the stand is absolutely fantastic. They have a hole going through the monitor in the base of it that you cannot see while you're actually using the monitor, unless it's all the way up, but even then you can't really see it that much. And then it plugs in at the back of the monitor with a cable management cover kind of thing. It's a magnetic cover, it slides right in there, super easy, and it really cleans the back of the monitor up. Not that anyone's gonna see it, but you know, finishing touches, they did it well. As well, I just thought I should mention it. It pretty much comes with every cable you need, HDMI, DisplayPort. I think it comes with like a mini DisplayPort too. I don't know. Basically everything you need, it comes with it. Now the menu is actually really, really good. It uses 4 buttons as well as a joystick, and the power button is actually separate from all of those 2 things. It's really easy to control things. It tells you what all the buttons do for different purposes on the actual UI, the menu. So it's really easy to use. It's not quite as good as LG's, which just uses one little joystick. That is by far my favorite menu system out there, but this is actually quite good, and it's very easy, very simple to use, very easy to immediately take the monitor out of the box and start using the UI. This can also really easily be mounted. It has a 100mm by 100mm vase mount, so super easy to mount. However, if you are paying $900, that stand is very expensive. I mean, it's really, really nice and has RGB built into it. I don't think you're gonna wanna take it off the stand. And did I mention it tilts, swivels, everything, it does it all, and an incredible amount of height adjustment, and the stand is so freaking cool. I'm not gonna go on for the stand the whole time because the thing is the monitor, but the stand's awesome. Now I will tell you, this thing weighs a lot, and it's pretty big for being a 25-inch monitor. In fact, it's massive for being a 25-inch monitor in this era, but it does give you 360 hertz. It's 10 pounds without the stand. Just the monitor itself, it's 10 pounds, 24.5-inch monitor. It's a lot. Now this also has a 3-year warranty for the panel, and this monitor is only available on Dell's website, so there will be a link below. But now let's get into the real life experience, because this is where you guys wanna know, is it worth it? If you guys are very competitive FPS players, is it worth it? Yes, absolutely. However, we're gonna talk about the differences. I usually game on a 165 hertz big 32-inch curved monitor. 1 millisecond response time through the panel, so very similar stats except for the hertz. So going from that to this, is there a big difference? Well, visually, no. There is definitely a visual difference, but it's very, very, very small and not very noticeable. So that's not why you're gonna buy this monitor. It's because the actual latency of this monitor is going to be a lot less, all the way through your PC, your mouse, and to the monitor. Now I will tell you, unless you have the RTX 30 series, you should not get this monitor. If you're running basically an RTX 3080 or higher, yes, get this monitor. But unless you have those cards, you're not gonna be able to keep it stable at over 360 hertz, which you do wanna do that because the whole point of this is keeping it maximum esports, no latency. So if you wanna do that, you're gonna need to get those 30 series. Even cranking some games down to low settings, you're not gonna be able to push that. And I don't mean Fortnite. Obviously, you'll be able to do that with a lot of cards. However, we're talking future-proofing, and when you're buying a $900 monitor, you're probably gonna want future-proofing. But the real-life experience is actually very, very not subtle. I thought it was going to be extremely subtle and not very noticeable. But to give you an idea of it, basically, all other gaming was very, very separated from the game. When you're on this, the actual response time is so much different. I really cannot explain it. It's something that you actually have to do, have to use, have to feel it, because the game is quicker. Everything goes faster. My KD ratio went up 4 times from going from 165 hertz. So does it make the overall experience much more enjoyable? Yes. Does it make your KD ratio go up? Absolutely. However, is it worth it over a 240 hertz monitor? I'm not sure. What I would say is, from all the data research that I've done on a 240 hertz monitor versus the 360 hertz monitor, it's only worth it if you are a very competitive player. Now you can get the 240 hertz monitor from Alienware quite a bit cheaper than this, and I will have an Amazon link below for that. So if you do want to go check out the 240 hertz Alienware monitor, there will be an Amazon link below. But if you are a very, very competitive player and you do want the newest tech and you do have a 30 series card, will it make a difference? Absolutely. But the biggest thing is the response time, and that's not something subtle. That's something huge that you will definitely notice. So guys, that is my review of the Alienware 360hz monitor. Remember, if you do want to check this monitor out, there's a link below to the Dell website, as well as you can check out the 240hz monitor from Alienware in an Amazon link below. Just so you guys can compare the two and the price and kind of what you want and where you stand with your competitive playing. But if you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you out, help me out and throw a like below. And if you enjoy tech reviews and gaming tech reviews, I do a ton of those, so please consider subscribing. We just hit 13,000 subs yesterday. Thank you guys. It's freaking growing so quickly. You cannot believe we got like 26,000 views yesterday in a day. It's crazy. So guys, thank you for all the love and support. This freaking channel is going through the roof. But this was Consumer Tech Review, and I'll see you guys later.